everybody, my name is Jenna and today I'm here to talk about my 2020 in books. So I'm going to take you through some stats of my reading from last year and then just tell you about all of the books that I read. There were 52 of them, so I will just be saying, I read this book and it's by this person, and that will be a fun time. So stats wise, I read 52 books in 2020, which is the lowest amount I have read in the last 4 years, I think, since I started this channel. It's definitely been the lowest that I've read since I started doing YouTube, and I feel like a lot of things definitely contributed to that, but 2020 was a thing. But one of the things that really contributed to that though was the fact that I started working full-time, and I did not realize working full-time and still wanting to keep up with movies and television and books meant that I would not have as much time to do all three things. And that's something that I definitely learnt last year and something that I'm going to continue working on moving forwards. But I think it's really interesting for me that I am not able to read as much as I used to simply because I don't have as much time. So of those 52 books that I read, 14 of them were rereads, and I feel like that's not that bad, you know? I mean, like I said last year in my 2019 video, the point of rereads is, you know, if you have a favorite book, why not reread it? Like, there's no point reading a book and going, oh my god, I loved that so much, and then never reading it again. I think rereading is exactly the same as watching your favorite movie. It's something that I think people should do more of, and people shouldn't feel ashamed that they've done it. It's definitely something that I no longer care whether I reread something or not. I know I would like to get my TBR down as much as possible, but at the same time, if I want to reread a book, I'm gonna reread a book. So I actually managed to finish 4 series in 2020, which is kind of amazing to me. That was the Ren Hunt duology. I don't know if it had an official title, but I finished that this year. I started and finished the These Broken Stars. What is that? The Starbound trilogy? Yeah, I started and finished that this year. I finished reading the Light Years duology by Cass Morgan, and I also finished reading the Wrinkle in Time quintet. I'm pretty happy with all of that. So I managed to finish 4 series, which is a pretty awesome time, if you ask me. When it comes to ratings this year, I definitely sort of stepped back from rating things 5 stars because, well, that's it's reflected in the stats. I feel like for me this year, I definitely really thought about it, and a book really had to blow me out of the water in order to get 5 stars, and I was much more, I didn't give as many people 5 stars. So in 2020, I gave out 12 of my reads were 5-star reads, 14 of them were 4-star reads, 21 of them were 3-star reads, 5 of them were 2 stars, and I didn't have any 1-star reads. I feel like what that says, oh, well, I was a bit sad. I feel like what that says to me is that I have a lot of meh books on my shelf, and I think it's a lot of books that I bought right when I started doing BookTube. I went on a massive book buying spree and I bought so many books simply because they were popular. So I bought so many books simply because they were popular and it's what everybody was reading, but I didn't really stop and think about whether or not I would actually enjoy them. So now that I'm finally getting through my backlog catalogue, I'm realizing that a lot of those books that I bought are really meh for me, and books that I probably wouldn't have bought if it wasn't for me going, I have to buy all the books because I'm a booktuber. I'm definitely a lot better with that now. I now mostly only buy books that I know I really want to read. I'm just really bad at reading them once I've actually bought them, but I feel like I have gotten a lot better with that. So now I'm just going to take you through the 52 books that I read. Like I said, I'm only going to be saying the title of them and who wrote them, because if we sat here and talked about all of them, this would be like a 3-hour video, and you don't want to watch that. I don't want to edit that, so let's just get started. So in 2020, I read Steel Tide by Natalie C. Parker, Fireburn Island by Ash Oldfield, Void Black Shadow by Corey J. White, These Broken Stars, and This Night So Dark, both by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and A Heart So Fierce and Broken, both by Bridget Kemmerer, This Shattered World by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, Supernova by Cass Morgan, Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera, Their Fractured Light by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, The Battle of the Labyrinth, Many Waters by Madeline Liengle, The Looking Glass Wars by Frank Bedore, Havenfall by Sarah Holland, The Thief by Megan Wallen Turner, An Acceptable Time by Madeline Liengle, Valentine by Jodie McAllister, The Witch's Kiss by Catherine and Elizabeth Kaur, The Drop-Off by Fiona Harris and Mike McLeish, Monuments by Will Kostakis, The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper, Quidditch Through the Ages by J.K. Rowling, The Wren Hunt by Mary Watson, Alice by Christina Henry, The First Third by Will Kostakis, Frostblood by Ellie Blake, The Wicker Light by Mary Watson, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, Deep Water by Sarah Epstein, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, both by J.K. Rowling, Cursed by Thomas Wheeler and Frank Miller, Christie's Great Idea, Claudia and the Phantom Phone Calls, The Truth About Stacey, Mary Ann Saves the Day, Dawn and the Impossible 3, Christie's Big Day, Claudia and Mean Janine, and Boy Crazy Stacey, all by Anne M. Martin, The Last Wish by Andrzej Sapkowski, Venom by Bex Hogan, The Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Shue, All Your Twisted Secrets by Diana Urban, Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen M. McManus, The Secret Runners of New York by Matthew Riley, The Girl from Everywhere by Heidi Heelig, The Sidekicks by Will Kostakis, The Cousins by Karen M. McManus, and The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. And there you go, those are all 52 books that I read in the year of 2020 with a few stats to go along with it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below some of your reading stats for 2020 because I would absolutely love to know. If you like this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. Stay random. Bye.